they mentioned grids. There's actually 81 grids for purchase loans, limited cash out refinance loans, cash out refinance loans, and others. And so when you think about the complication of the fee structure, right? 81 grids sounds like a lot to me. I wouldn't say I'm incredibly familiar with how many grids there was before and the difference, but it does sound like it was kind of complicated. And there was concern from the National Association of Realtors and the Mortgage Brokers Association that could hurt middle wealth home buyers and increase overall pricing. Nice to see them listening, right, to some of that feedback.
You're right. I mean, the cost of getting into a home today is so much higher than it has been. And, we've got to figure out ways to make it affordable for people so we can get more and more people into houses. 81 different grids. What a crazy idea is that? Because now, you think about it as a loan officer trying to identify which grid my people are in to figure out what I'm going to be charging them for their loans.
Yep.
So, yeah, good news all the way around.
A very controversial bureau or organization now having to defend themselves in court again. That's a tough proposition, whether it's because you have too much authority in someone's opinion, or in this case, you're being funded improperly by the government. They are definitely under fire here once again.
And really, the funding question is that they were funded by the fines that they levied. That feels like a conflict of interest, right? Contention here is they should be funded by Congress rather than funded by levying fines on different companies and individuals. It was interesting, that case that they lost was that the appointed director could not be fired by the president. The court found that absolutely they can, in which case that happened, by the way. So, yeah, I think this is interesting. The impact to us individually is not great unless, of course, you're out there violating CFPB rules, in which case that could change the amount of the fine that they
shared. UWM having that amount of market share and that amount of cash allows them to do some things that others just can't do. It also allows them to ride out some of the difficult down cycles of the industry, whereas you've got Home Point Capital here just basically failing to adjust to a landscape of high mortgage rates, low inventory levels, and fierce competition. So on the opposite end, you've got UWM feeling like they're winning and gaining market share despite a tough quarter profitability-wise, and then Home Point Capital actually selling because they've had a number of bad quarters in a row and aren't able to make it. So it is a very tumultuous time in the loan industry right now, based on all the factors we're well versed in, well covered in.
And I think the lesson here for us, Chase, as realtors and real estate company owners, is that we're seeing the same thing starting to play out in our portion of the industry. And this mortgage business is ahead of us.